Welcome back to the Stormcast, everyone. This is the podcast where we talk all things TABC sports. I'm here with producer and now my co-host for today, Noah Kessler. Oren was a busy man, unfortunately not able to make it tonight. So Noah, how you doing?
Doing great, huh? How you doing?
I'm good, Baruch Hashem, and we got a massive week of TABC sports ahead of us. More so than just a week, really 2 weeks. And we'll start it off from 2 weeks from tonight. Arguably, what we'll say is the last game. Um, of this first round of the playoffs, I guess, um, is going to be TABC JV hockey going to Frisch, 227, 2 weeks from tonight, which we're recording Thursday night, 2/13, 227 at 7:45. This is going to be an incredible game, a rematch of a game we saw twice this season. So, no, what are you looking forward to in this game, and what are you excited for?
Just you get your third crack at them this year. It's very hard to beat a team three times. So now you got to go down there and fresh. And there's an argument to be made that you should have won the first game. There's an argument that can be made that you should have won the second game. So now you got to go down there. You got to finish the job. You got to take because this game's most important. This game you're gonna remember. You're not gonna remember. You can throw out those two fresh losses. Those games don't matter anymore. It's all what happens next week. You know,
Exactly.
famous saying. Everyone's been writing them off it, but now the pen's in their hands and they got a story to tell. So it's their story that they're writing and they can change the
Exactly.
narrative.
Exactly. And this team, we talked about their round game. We've talked about the hot streak they've been on for weeks at this point. Um, it feels like the third time might be a charm here. We saw that happen with TABC and SAR and JV ball. For SAR, it was third time was a charm, which we'll talk about a little later that game. Frisch, of course, a good team, great goaltender. Um, Charlie Butler, Ryan Teller, um, really good players all around the
You
court.
got to shout at the goalie. You can't just say they
I
have
don't
a great
remember. I don't know how to
goaltender.
pronounce his name. A long last name, if I remember correctly. I'm terrified of butchering last names.
Isn't there
It's like,
goalie Kleinhaus?
yeah, Kleinhaus. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a very long name. It's like 10 letters. Uh, but regardless, I'm sorry to Kleinhaus. He played great both times he played TABC, only allowed one goal. Um, just to remind you guys of what happened both times we played Frisch in the past. First time we hosted them earlier this year. We were up. Um, we were tied in the third period, 1-1. Frisch went on a little bit of run and won 4-1. Again, closer game than what the score showed. And same thing in the second game. Tied 0-0, a minute left in the third period. Pass to the middle, score by Frisch, up 1-0. Pull the goalie, win 2-0. So really, you might say, oh, TBC's been outscored by 5 this year by Frisch. It really isn't that bad. TBC has a chance, a very good chance to win. Do I think that this is their? I think they're right now the team with the lowest odds to win their first round game out of the four. But that's not to say that this team does not have a chance of winning. Honestly, I don't want to seem too negative, but considering we've lost 2 times, I'd say we have at least a 30% chance of winning. No, in in all honesty, what what are you expecting from this team? I mean, like, what just ballpark a number. What chance do you expect this team to win? Percent chance?
JV hockey team.
Yeah.
All right, you got a Dean Catler back.
Oh yeah.
He
Okay.
obviously
I
obviously
forgot
didn't
to
have him in the
mention.
first two games.
Yeah, Adine Cutler also a big factor. If you haven't listened to the live podcast, Adine Cutler looked sick in the Rambam game. Of course, he was a vital part of that SAR championship winning team last year. He's arguably the best player on this team. I think he looked completely healthy, and I think we're all looking forward to having him back for especially the playoffs. So yes, I said 33%. I might have been being too cautious.
So I'm gonna give them. I gotta be hopeful in them. But obviously, it's Frisch's home court. It's harder to play on their big court. Hopefully the fans show up for TABC, and I'm gonna be confident. I think they got a 65% chance of winning this game.
Listen, I'm hoping. I just don't want to be let down. Um, listen, I wrote a redemption piece, but came in a little too late.
No one
So
feels bad for.
regardless, nope, maybe. Regardless, we're all looking forward to a good game. 227, and little fun fact: we're gonna know who the winner of that game will be playing in the championship. I believe on 3/16, March 16th. So nearly 3 weeks from the time TBC plays till the championship, if they even make it. But SIR would play DRS the week before 8 o'clock, 220. Hopefully, if you're on the TBC Sports chat, uh, hopefully we can send a link to that. It'll be a good time. I recommend tuning into that game. But moving on to the other hockey team, varsity hockey. Their first round matchup has been decided. They were going to be playing the winner of Flatbush North Shore. Flatbush handled North Shore 10-3. TABC will be playing Flatbush. The date is not official. We have a tentative date, but we are not allowed to reveal the date. So shout out Oren Glickman for letting us know we're not allowed to reveal the date. Hopefully soon we'll be able to reveal the date. Again, Pikachu, if you're on Pikachu, if you're on the TBC Sports chat, hopefully we'll be there. But this Flatbush team, it's really a wild card in my book. Maybe if you know anything about this Flatbush team, you could hint us in. But this was really a team. Again, the Eastern Conference is a little bit of a wild card besides DRS to me, and I guess Hate because we played them. The Flatbush team went 9-5. They're one of the Brooklyn schools. Typically not so good at hockey. Typically basketball is the sport. This is why we need Oren here. He would really tell us about these teams. There's reason to be confident, and there's reason to be cautiously optimistic. Meaning, I think everyone agrees TBC is the favorite going into this game. And I think most people agree there's above a 90% chance TBC wins. This team got destroyed 11-3 by DRS, a team that TBC handled 4-0. This is a team that lost to MTA, a team that TBC handled. This is a team that got destroyed by HAFTR, a team that is very good, but not that good. Actually, not as good as TBC. This is a team that almost nearly lost to Rambam. This is a team that lost to YDE, and I can go on and on. This Flatbush team is not to discredit this Flatbush team. This Flatbush team is a very talented team, but it's just nowhere near as talented as this TBC team. This TBC team is looking incredible. Senior night was a good time. Kushner, I'm pretty sure we talked about that last episode. Oh, no, because it got delayed. No, just remind me. We did not record the last episode after senior night, right?
No, we recorded after the fire.
Exactly. So, honestly, we should probably give a little recap. Senior night, really an incredible night. I'll give it awesome picks of the guys. Azaria Tiger, shout out to Azaria, legend. He scored 2 goals, so legend. Him and Yoel Gelman make up the Titus line. Who else do we have score? Let me just check back to see who they scored. Benzion Kaiser had 2. Ben. Arya Simon had 1. Rothschild had 1. Zach Rothschild. Shlomo Weninger had 1. And Aiden Rousman had 1. So, really an all-around great night. Shia Ford got a shutout last regular season start of his TBC career. Again, this team has looked incredible all throughout the year. Their one hiccup was against SAR where they jumped a 3-0 lead, and then the floodgates opened for SAR. But SAR is a formidable team, so it doesn't really mean all that much. They finished the game 8-0. Arya Simon might be one of the best defensemen in the league. Aiden Rousman, Benzion Kaiser, Jonathan Brofman. Those are going to be the starters, probably. Shia Ford, Jeanette. Should be a good time. Hopefully, we could get some other guys in, honestly. And just to give a little preview of the bracket, you can go to myhsal.com and click on Varsity Hockey Playoffs. You can see this. Most likely, if TBC wins, they'll be playing the winner of Frisch Hank. They handled both easily. On the other side of the bracket, HAFTR will be playing SAR, and Kushner is playing DRS. I think most people are expecting a DRS win over Kushner. The question is who will win the SAR HAFTR game. And that game should be competitive. So, nevertheless, we will be expecting great things from the varsity hockey team, and we are all looking forward to them playing Flatbush on censored date. Moving on to the JV basketball team. And this team is probably, again, the biggest wildcard going into the year. We've talked about them a lot. They will be playing SAR. We're allowed to reveal this date, 2/19. So next Wednesday night at 6:45 at TABC. It's a home game, unlike the first game, which will be at Frick, which we still expect to pit for. This will be at SAR. We're all looking forward to a good game. Noak, you know a lot more about this SAR team. You have some friends from Mariah on this SAR team. I think we're all looking forward to watching these guys play. Weiss, Wild. So, no, you want to give a rundown on this SAR team?
I mean, I only know Wild. On some Mariah with him. Great talent. Crazy athletic. He's a great player, and just gotta lock him up.
So
great analysis.
Yes, SAR went 6-4 in the year. They played each other. TBC swept them in the regular season. But SAR came back with a big win in Boca, giving them a little bit of confidence. But I talked about the last podcast, better that than losing there. Lose actually now. Of course, Max Weiss, Nathan Small, Nathan Wild, etc., etc. This team is a
Oh,
very good
Nathan
team.
Wild. I went to school.
Who did I
I went
say?
to school with Nathan Wild.
Then did you not just talk about him?
What? Oh,
Never mind.
Nathan Small. Nathan Small.
Nathan Small. Okay, Nathan Small. With the Nathans. Okay. I see. So we're all looking forward to a good game. Boys JV. We've talked about the team CSAR probably like 50 times on this podcast. We talk about some of the other games. A lot of them are happening tonight. Hillel played JEC tonight. No, by the way, we can hear the whatever you're playing.
Just sorry about that. It's
all good. All good. Hillel played JEC. Hillel handily defeated JEC. YDE is playing MDY as we speak. Hank is playing North Shore, and that'll be all. And the winner of this TBC SAR game, assuming if TBC wins, they will go on to play Flatbush, which is I believe the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. This Flatbush team is quite different. Sorry, the 1 seed in the Western Conference. Excuse me. They went 9-1. I got confused. I got confused with 3-4, whatever. They are the 1 seed. They went 9-1 in the year. They're the best team in this conference. We could talk maybe if they win. They beat DRS. They beat nearly every team. Their only loss was to MDY, which is another great team. So it's going to be tough for this JV basketball team. We talked about how devastating that loss was at JEC, but should be a good game. 12-19. We're all looking forward. And on the other side of varsity basketball, it will be TBC versus Flatbush. So in both varsity sports, it's TBC versus Flatbush with redacted dates, which hopefully will be revealed soon. But for now, we cannot reveal anything. Flatbush handled YDE 56-44, and they'll be playing on X date. We played Flatbush earlier in the year, handled them relatively easily. Well, I remember very clearly one of their best players. Flatbush finished 8-6. TBC beat Flatbush. Let me just find the exact score: 79-55. One of their best players, if I remember correctly, Sam Jamal. He's, I believe, a junior, wearing number 0. He's in 11th grade. He put up
was that the guy that got hurt?
Yeah, so he got hurt. I'm not sure if he's doing better. This is why we really need Oren, but we hope he's doing better. But if not, the TBC team is favored regardless. 8-6 team versus 12-2 team. This team is probably top 2 in the league. They'll be playing Flatbush. Winner will be playing the winner probably of Hillel versus North Shore to go to the finals. Really not such a hard sketch. Really not such a hard path to the finals with this team. By the way, Hillel beat Frisch 64-43. On the other side of the bracket, MDY beat Hafter 62-34 to play MTA. And the winner of Ramaz SAR. SAR's on vacation right now. That's why all their games are very late, 12-20, 12-19, etc., etc. We'll be playing Ramaz, and the winner of that game will be going to DRS. So TBC, I think varsity basketball has the easiest road to the finals. I think we're all looking forward to. I use that phrase a lot, but again, it's going to be 4 playoff games. If I had to guess, not really, but you understand. The point is that playoff games are all going to be between 12-19 basically and 12-27, practically speaking. Again, I don't know leagues. I'm not allowed to reveal the exact dates, and honestly, I'm not looking at them, so that way I don't know them. But the point remains. And then moving on to the entertainment of this weekend, President's Day weekend, starting tomorrow morning. TABC will be going to Wittenberg, the wrestling team's big event of the year. We will have some ORIN recordings. Honestly, we don't know that much about the wrestling team. We have some ORIN recordings. He'll let us know, but I'll just give a quick rundown about what Wittenberg is. Wittenberg is a tournament that everyone prepares for all year long, basically, with the wrestling team. It's wrestling team's Sarah check. Unfortunately for the wrestling team, the team is very, very small. They do not have so many players. I'll list off the players going. Last year, they had a bunch of champs. Daniel Delman, unfortunately, is hurt, so he'll not be playing. Players are as follows: Shmuel Schultz, who also won a title last year. He'll be looking to defend it. Moshe Zelig, Micah Silber, Ezra Silber, Mati Sanders, Noah Leibowitz, also won a title last year. Yecheskel Pintaker, Svi Huff. I don't know if he'll be playing because this is a fortunate injury. Gideon Haberman and Alexander Gilbert. Those will be all.
Gilbert.
I think that's around 10 players, which is very, very small for Wittenberg. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it tomorrow. Maybe if a person's the finals, I'll be able to come. But no, if you want to play Oren's recordings about. By the way, no. Oren he's very, very excited about Gideon Haberman. Shout out Gideon Haberman. He thinks he's a star in the making. He thinks he has potential as a freshman. So if you want to play some recordings, no, Chrome Oren.
Yeah, I gotta find them.
Yeah.
Before we do that, shout out to the Oneg tomorrow night. Everyone go party at Hoffer's house.
Not exactly a party, but yes, if anyone's listening to this before Shabbos, is at TABC, you are all invited to my house. I'm not going to dox myself on this podcast, but yes.
Not gonna lie, never heard this before, so I don't know what he's about to say. But listen up.
So I think they're going into the tournament very short-handed because I think Delman and Maddie Sanders both got hurt. Shmuley Shulks and Noah Leibowitz will be the only ones to try to defend their weight divisions after being champions last year in their weight classes.
You're not here?
It's a very small squad this year. Alexander Gilbert and Chestel Kapatenko, I think, are the only freshmen wrestling. Oh, Micah Silber, so that's 3. And the rest of the wrestlers are Shmuley Shulks, Noah Leibowitz. Sorry, got interrupted. Shmuley Shulks, Noah Leibowitz. I could send you the roster right here. Oh, Ezra Silver is a junior. Yeah.
Where is he right now that he's with a whistle?
I'm pretty sure he's at a basketball game. But regardless, maybe scouting out the opponents. Future, he big Shield League fan. I don't know where he is, honestly. But regardless.
Where else?
Well, I think what his main point at the beginning is my point also, that we're going to be missing a lot of players. I think we're all looking forward to seniors. I've used that phrase a lot in this podcast. Wow. Shmuel Schultz and Noah Leibowitz, 2 of the 4 defending champs that will be defending the title, of course. Mati Sanders and Daniel Delman. Daniel Delman is a star that we had on earlier in the podcast. Are both going to be out, unfortunately, according to Oren. If you're able to pull up. And then that'll be all for all our reports on winter sports. And we have a big announcement on softball. Big softball news. Snoke and I were on the JV softball team last year. OG has told us we have to go ahead to talk about it. Now this year, if you're on JV softball and listening to this, watch out. There's only going to be one softball team. It's going to be varsity. And Oren said we had to explain the rationale. And I think it makes perfect sense, the rationale for it. Unfortunately, last year's varsity team was carried by seniors, basically. There's one of 2 rationales. Not a lot of juniors are going to want to play. It's current seniors that want to play. Meaning the varsity team would be weak regardless. And a lot of the freshmen from last year's team, Noak and I can tell you about that. Pretty much besides Noak and I, pretty much all the freshmen are now on a different spring sport team. And the policy is that if you can only be on one spring sport team. So W. Ratchersdorfer, or Schloss are both on volleyball. Shout out to them, and among others, and etc. There's a bunch of guys who are going to be playing different sports, so it's not going to work out. Both teams are going to be incredibly weak, maybe not have enough guys even. So the rationale is make one stronger team, and that way people can collaborate freshman through senior year, so easier scheduling. And there's many rationales behind it. I think I did a good job. Oren, call me out if I didn't. Talk about it next time. Noki, anything you want to add about this? Of course, we're going to talk about this in a positive way, not a negative way.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add to that.
Okay. But I think I'll just say Noki and I's chances of making JV softball go down, but we're all excited nonetheless. I think it's the right move.
Hey, you want to try out for tennis?
Walk-on team.
I used to play tennis during COVID, so.
Shout out Antonical. Shout out Jack Nordlich. Shout out Yal Kindler. tennis players. Well, thank you all for listening to this podcast. For me rambling on and Noak doing whatever he does. But actually, shout out Noak for editing and producing, though. Really, a real thank you to him. Thank you all for listening to the podcast. Thank you for listening to Ramble On. Noak doing whatever Noak does. But truly, a real thank you to Noak. I was being sarcastic. I mean, he produces, he edits, he does everything.
Thank you.
Shout out to OG.
I just don't know TABC ball, so.
That's why you're a producer. Thank you all for listening. We'll look forward to seeing you all either at Wittenberg on Sunday during the championships. Championships will be around 2 to 3 p.m. according to Oren. Either 2:27 at Frisch, expecting a big pit there, JV hockey, or 2:19 SIR versus SIR JV ball, or redacted date versus both teams will be home. Varsity hockey and varsity basketball versus Flatbush. And see you all. Have a good night.